Welcome back to the Daily Doji. This is a special edition. We're going to talk about Luna. We're going to talk about the Elliott wave count of the chart. And we're also going to talk about the news. There have been several things on Twitter I want to go through and show about what exactly is going on, an overview, and the scam. Is this a scam or not? Because it's pretty evident to me, and we're going to go through and see what exactly is going on so far. It is Friday at 3:33, my favorite time, so let's get into it. First, let's do the technical analysis. If you haven't seen my channel before, I use Elliott wave principle, and if you aren't familiar with it, I've talked about it in other videos, so you can check out. I have over 200 other videos. But basically, a bull market, a bull run, is 5 waves like this. This one is very easy to see. That's one of the reasons I wanted to show this video. You have 5 waves, and the important rule to remember is that wave 1 and wave 4 cannot overlap. So right here we're good. There's space in between them, so we've got a clear-cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves up. That's a bull run. It's always like that. It has to be like that. And inside, each wave is also made up of 5 waves. The 5th wave right here is easiest to see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll change the color of this so that you can tell it apart. Okay, and I'm using TradingView. I'm not affiliated with them or anything, but I do use it and pay for the premium version. But you can do this, most of this, without the premium. Okay, and I have a video of how to set that up as well. So you can see the interior waves of that wave are also 5 waves. Does that make sense? So anyway, there's just a quick lesson of Elliott waves. And then what have we got here? By the way, I do want to, if you want to see another video about mental health, people are suffering because they lost a lot of money. And that's an important topic that if you want to see a video like that, I will definitely do one. I studied psychology for over 15 years, and if I can help, I will. Sometimes it's difficult to help through a screen, but sometimes little things can go a long way, and I'll do what I can for free on my channel. I have a lot of videos about mental health, actually, from years ago. Even though they weren't necessarily popular videos at the time, the information is still good. So, that being said, this is the big mental health wave down that wrecked everyone. Well, not everyone that was heavily invested in. It wasn't so much Luna. Well, this definitely did wreck people for sure, but it was the stable coin it was paired with that was supposed to be stable. So, and we'll go over that in a minute when we go over what's going on after the technical analysis. So far right now I see 3 waves down. A, B, C, something like this. And this is a full cycle, or at least this is the very beginning of a correction. Now, will this recover or not? That's what people want to know. They want to know, should they jump in right here? Because is this a good opportunity right now? People thought it was a good opportunity right there. People thought, and this is the daily chart. If you go on the 4-hour, you can see a little bit more detail. A lot more detail. You know, some people thought it was a good opportunity there, and you can see some little spikes. Now, people are still trading this. Now, I'm going to go quickly. This area, after it lost 99% of its value, up from $120 down to, right now it's at 0.00009 cents, or $0.00009. And if you go into like the 1-minute chart, you can see the action. Or, well, it's pretty flat right now. Oh geez. If you zoom in there to the very bottom, you can see there has been some action going on. From down here at 0.00000 to, then it bounced up to about where it is now, came back down, made another wave up. So, is this safe to get back into? That's what people are wondering. On my channel, I usually don't talk about the fundamentals or what's behind the chart. I usually just talk about the chart because that's what the videos were just about, charting the Elliott waves. So Elliott waves track human psychology or Mother Nature. You can use Elliott waves to track nature. Human psychology is part of nature. So Ralph Nelson Elliott discovered that nature moved in predictable waves. It doesn't just move straight ahead. It goes 5 steps forward, 3 steps back, so to speak. And that's what I was showing with the bigger daily chart. The 5 steps forward, 3 steps back. Now, Elliott waves are countable and tradable in a, by the way, I'm not a financial advisor and I'm not your financial advisor, so this is not financial advice at all. This is just something I'm interested in, and I YouTube about things I'm interested in. So I'm interested in psychology. That's why I'm fascinated by Elliott waves, because there's a predictable progression of nature. But it works only in non-manipulated markets. So if something is manipulated, you won't see as clear of the waves. This is for, and a lot of people say manipulation when it's not real manipulation. I'm talking about real manipulation, and if it's a free market, the Elliott waves should show a lot of good data. Okay, so let's get into, this is what's going on with the chart right now. I showed you up close, and I showed you the big picture, the bull run up, and then this crash. These are all Elliott waves. All right, now let's take a look at Twitter to see what's going on. And originally, the reason I wanted to show you more than just the chart is because I saw something a couple days ago that I wanted to show, and I've been digging and digging and digging to find it, and I can't find it now. I should have taken a screenshot, but actually it was on my wife's phone. So I saw, well, I'll get into what I saw. I saw a screenshot that I saw a picture of a document that I can't find, but I found, in the process, I found a lot of interesting things that I think are very interesting. Interestingly interesting. Okay, so here, I'm going to start here by showing what the kind of landscape was last year, maybe leading up to this, people are saying, okay, so this person said, imagine calling Luna a shitcoin when the most real world use in the world, backed by the South Korean governments, as there are more than one, and Thailand's royalty. Does this guy even crypto? Okay. Moving my Luna out of the Korean government site before new regulation. Okay, interesting. Luna is my most optimistic currency because it's issued by the Korean government? Really? I think that's a misunderstanding. Where did they come up with this? Okay, if you know in the comments, where are people getting the information that the government issued Luna? Okay. So anyway, these people are all for it. So, it seems like they think that it's backed by a government. That was a year ago or so. And then someone said after this crash, someone said, I really don't understand how Luna didn't halt minting immediately. What a disaster of a team. Epic fail across the board. Was it an epic fail of a team, or was it a purposeful scam? It wasn't a fail if it was a scam. They succeeded, if you know what I mean. People are assuming people are trusting people for some reason. I've been warning every single video I made about crypto. In fact, in pretty much all my videos, I warn against different things. Because it's a big world out there, and other people will absolutely try to gobble you up and everything you've got. That being said, I've lived in Korea and I've done business there, and I got scammed definitely more than once. And I learned, in my 20s about being super overly optimistic and naive. Even though I didn't think I was at the time, I wouldn't have admitted that I was. And then Binance CEO said, many people don't get, if we didn't push the issue, Terra may still be halted, or worse, with super minting. What are they talking about? And this person said, who and how has got income from all of this? Someone lost money and somebody got them. Yep, that's the... And then here's something weird I saw. People are tweeting the same thing. The timing is suspicious. Definitely an attack. And then there are just all these tweets tweeting out the exact same thing at the same time. Those aren't retweets. Those are the same tweet. Interesting. This was a couple days ago. So, alright, I think I have these a little bit out of order, actually. I should have put these in a different order. Okay, let me find this one. Okay, let's go to this one. Let me make sure. Okay, this is a good order then. Now, when this started crashing, people started speculating, and I don't think this was the first person to post this, because I saw this posted by other people first. But I think this is a screenshot of it. They're saying BlackRock and Citadel, that this is all someone speculating. borrowed 100,000 Bitcoin, not $100,000 of Bitcoin, 100,000 Bitcoin. From Gemini, it appears in their loan book. They swapped 25, again, I'm just reading this isn't my opinion. They swapped 20, or this isn't, I didn't do this research. They swapped 25K of the Bitcoin into UST, which is Terra. This was all done quietly in anticipation of the attack. Well, there was definitely an attack. That's confirmed by everyone. Everyone is agreeing on that part. When the time was right, they called up Do Kwon at Terra Foundation and said they wanted to sell a lot of Bitcoin for UST. As it was a large trade, they told him they didn't want to move the market and asked him if he would like to buy their block of Bitcoin at a discount. And then they're saying he took the bait, which I don't think this is what happened. But anyway, I'm just reading this. He gave them a huge chunk of UST, thus lowering the UST liquidity significantly. At that point, BlackRock and Citadel dumped all the Bitcoin and UST, causing massive slippage and triggering a cascade of forced selling in both assets. The real problem, are these even assets? Anyway, I won't get hung up on that. The real problem was BlackRock Citadel knew that Anchor, which holds a lot of Luna, was a Ponzi scheme. They offer 20% staking APY, for Christ's sake. And this crash would trigger more withdrawals than Anchor can repay. These forced withdrawals and selling would trigger a massive sell-off in Luna, thus further breaking the dollar peg, wrecking the market. BlackRock and Citadel can now buy Bitcoin cheaper to repay the loan to pocket the difference. Meanwhile, billions of longs are wiped out. The pure market manipulation. That isn't market manipulation. I'm not a lawyer, but I don't think that's what market manipulation is. I think that's called playing hardball. And also, people living in a fantasy world that someone's not going to come along and try to wreck you. Is a fantasy, and that's it. So, in real life, I've done business on the internet and in real life. And people will try to compete with you in dirty ways. Definitely. I can almost guarantee that. That's the only guarantee I have in business, is that the competition is going to try to squash you. They have children to feed, so to speak. What is the competition just going to let you stroll into town and try to take their lunch? No, they're going to try to take you. That's not, in real capitalism, that's good for the consumer, because you get to get the best product, because these companies theoretically are competing for better products and lower pricing. But the people complaining about capitalism these days, I don't think this is real capitalism, but that's a whole nother issue. So real free markets, people complain about capitalism because of greed and this and that and manipulation, but I think what they're complaining about is cronyism. That's what they're complaining about. There's a difference between cronyism and capitalism. So, let's move on to the next thing. Here is Do Kwon, who was the head of Luna, close to announcing a recovery for UST. Hang tight. Didn't mean to be so quiet. Need razor focus. And then, then here the people start start going nuts. And then here are people commenting, this rug pull, someone pulling the dollar out from someone else. And I saw a document which was the Korean government dissolving this company. I don't know if the company was called Luna or Terra. What was it called? I forgot what the company was called. What was it? The Terra Foundation. They were shut down, and someone posted it. And I saw it posted more than once, and now I can't find it. But I saw the official Korean government document that was dissolving the company at the end of April. So the company was shut down, as far as I know. The company was shut down in the end of April. Well, and then, what, May 10th, they're gonna announce something? They knew what was going on. Look at this. What day was that? That was May 11th, 10th. So this was in May then. And they had been shut down already by the government for being an illegal Ponzi scheme. I can't find any info on that now when I'm searching, but I saw it with my own eyes. So that is what's interesting. If I find it again, I will post it somewhere. And then, so here's this guy. Why would they rug pull?
We scale that to 10 million. So the reason why I want to get to 10 million is that besides Satoshi, we will be the largest single holder of Bitcoin in the world.
Okay, he wants to have the most Bitcoin in the world. So this was posted by one of the creators of Doge, and he said this guy single-handedly tried to destroy the entire crypto space for his own gain. And he's saying no one should defend this ever in any way. And that's kind of what it's looking like to me from what I've seen so far. Also, he said, if the crypto NFT scene has one lesson, it's this. No matter what it is, no matter how brazenly stupid, no matter if it's obviously a scam, no matter all the red flags, if people think they can make money from it, they'll throw money at it. And I'm paraphrasing little words in and out. And not only this, if you warn them or go against their narrative, they'll do everything to tear you down to protect their financial interests. Yeah, that is pretty much. But everything's not like that. And this is not my main Twitter account. But this is, you have to. I've been around the block. I've been scammed. Not necessarily in crypto, but in real life, which is worse because well, I don't know what's worse. It just depends on, I'm not saying it's worse or not, but I know what it feels like for all the people hurting right now. I got ripped off for large amounts, and, for me at the time in my 20s, and over 10 years ago, and learned the hard way. A lot of the lessons I talk about on my channel came from those hard lessons of getting reamed. Now this guy is like the most wanted dude. Everyone wants to probably commit violence, but not condoning, just reporting. And then someone is saying, if something like this can be done, why should we call it decentralized? It's completely mischievous to liquidate our... Mischievous? Wow, that's not the word I would use, but it's completely mischievous to liquidate our hard-earned money. I lost and am out now. And someone replied, it is not decentralized, never was. It was not decentralized, obviously. So the supposed to be good thing about crypto is that it's decentralized, meaning one person like Do Kwon can't rip you off. And for people that still didn't realize that this was a scam, it seems like all of the evidence is there. They were shut down at the end of April. They kept ringing, they kept leading people along with some impossible dream when it was the market. If you would have shown me this chart, I would have said right away, oh, 5 waves up, time to get out. Oops. And I would have said not financial advice, but for my own self. So 5 waves were up. That was the top, for one. It's not... Elliott waves are always true. There's no way they can't be. There's only that if you read it incorrectly. So there are rules. They're not just a guideline. They're not just some pattern. They're laws of nature. It's fascinating I do my best to try to read it. I'm not perfect as a human, but the nature is perfect in some way, that it always operates predictably in certain patterns that repeat. So it's up to us, in my estimation, it's up to me to try to figure out the laws of nature and try to ride the waves rather than go against the grain and try to, fight against nature, which is what I kind of was doing when I was a child or a teenager. So if you want more about mental health, about how to cope with losing, how to cope with disappointment, or how to bounce back with nothing, I've been wiped out multiple times and had no money whatsoever most of my 20s. And here I am. I'm still alive. I feel the best I've ever felt physically, mentally. My relationships are better than ever. And financially, I'm recovering from all that, the mistakes I made in my past. I'm recovering from them and correcting them and getting better than ever. So, it's been 10 years. I can look back. Well, I've owned more than 10 businesses. So I've been wiped out a couple times from either my idea or from other people ripping me off. It depends on the situation, but I never did anything unethical on purpose. That's just my personal thing. But in the business world, it's full of people that will scam and rip you off in a heartbeat. And the people that you know and care about, some of them will also do it to you as well, but not all. So I hope you all recover from this financially and mentally. I know that you can. If this hit you hard, you can. There are a million opportunities in the world, in and out of the internet. There are opportunities in real life. There are opportunities on the internet. I know it might not seem like it when you're feeling down, and it might not seem like it when you just took a massive hit, but you have to keep some element of faith and believe that there's days ahead to look forward to. Otherwise, it's just a miserable grind daily. Even making art would be grinding if you were miserable about it. So I know what it's like. I've been there before, and you can bounce back. You usually have to bounce back mentally first, and then the financial stuff will follow later once you've become a better person. And I know that that sounds vague, but check some of my other videos for more info. Or ask questions in the comments. Alright, this is going pretty long. I'm going to end it here. Thank you for watching till the end. Have an amazing day on purpose. Follow me on Twitter at DouglasNFTArt if you're into NFTs or art, and I'll see you there. Peace.